And then after that, after we both, kind of, it was 2020, and we were kind of, kind of lost our jobs, and we are like, what's the next step? Like we're both great people, great trainers. I hit him up, and we're like, hey, let's do something together, man. Why not? And so we hit him up, started training people out of my backyard, and from there, everything is just the rest is a movie, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was just like that, huh? But think about that for a second, right? From like an idea that's happening in your backyard to having your own place and really building a community too, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Cesar, tell us a little bit about that as you're also, the founder here of One Team Elite Fitness.
Oh man, well, looking back, time flies. Time flies. So it started really in December of 2020. So like COVID, right?
Yeah.
We just hit COVID. Diego reaches out, hey, let's train some people. And at the time, my gym just closed down, so I needed to just get something going. And yeah, it just started honestly with two people out of our backyard, two clients. From there on, every day, every week, we put in the time, we put in the energy until it just grew. You know? It was very organic, if I'm to be honest.
Yeah.
It was very organic. So Diego does his part, I do my part, and then it just became so fluid. We're at this point,
Yeah.
I will never forget, man. Our first two clients, shout out Miguel and Carla. Those
Yeah.
are the first two people
That's
that showed
awesome.
up ever to our class, man.
Yeah.
And then from there, just it grew. I love our members. I love the community that we built. Everybody, when they take a first class at One Team, they say the members are so nice. And I love that. Like, as an owner, as a coach, hearing people say that about your gym, it's like
Right.
the members are so nice, they're so welcoming, they're so like nobody judges you there, nobody looks you the wrong way or tells you, hey,
Because
why are
gyms
you
could be
doing that?
intimidating, you know?
Yeah, of course.
It's a very mentally tough tough thing to do. Get your first step into a gym, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go if you don't have the experience and so on. And it's you're really vulnerable stepping into any gym, whether it's a boot camp or whether it's a commercial gym, So kudos to everyone who just takes that first initial step. You know?
Absolutely.
And it sounds like somehow you guys been able to cultivate a culture of like niceness too, I guess, in this kind of like
niceness.
Can be kind of like you said, very vulnerable place of like, like especially if you're not like your best, like physically or mentally, but you're trying to, and then you go to a place where you're trying to do that, and like, it needs to be welcoming, or else it's like, I don't know if I want to come back here. You know? Yeah.
That's exactly it. So we try to make it just welcoming for everybody and also challenging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we don't want, for the people who already built that kind of the habits of just showing up consistently and like, hey, I'm comfortable with training. Okay, like I'm ready to take it to the next level. So that's where we also help them in. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
Next competition, or maybe you're signing up for another competition, whether it's a Spartan race or High Rocks or DECA or anything like that, or even just like physical fitness goals.
Yeah.
We really try to elevate, the people that are just ready to push up.
Yeah,
So
no,
dope.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Frag Out Fitness, which is
Yeah.
not too far, of course,
Right
from
down the street.
One Team Elite,
Yeah.
right? And Oscar, you're no stranger to the show here, but tell us a little bit about that Frag Out Fitness vibe.
Yeah.
And just kind of like your overall goals with owning that gym and the type of culture that you're cultivating there, which is different in its own way.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
From One Team, but also there's some similarities there. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I started my gym in 2002. I retired from the military in 2020. Pandemic time frame. And when I retired, I wanted to get into some type of fitness, and so I went to the big box gyms. And I just wasn't resonating well with the communities there. There's no real community. And you're kind of like they were saying, you're kind of on your own, trying to figure things out. So I searched for small gyms, and I was successfully found a small gym, and was able to then open my own personal gym there. And the Frag Out Fitness is really just, it's a kind of total opposite of most gyms. It's really a place where, folks that just are wanting to just be focus on their particular fitness, whatever their fitness goals are. And maybe they're not a group type of individual, but they really do want to go into a fitness realm and achieve their individual goals. That's how I created that. It's a place where you can go, zone out, you close the door, it's you versus you type of thing. You're focused on your fitness, and it's like, that's my community, and I think that, most people out there are looking for places now where they can go and focus on their individual goals. So I mean, they're down the street, you know. So when I opened up, I was like, you know, why compete with people and build camaraderie and build, you know, culture.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my agenda and goal ever since, partnering with them and just collaborating and then just talking about fitness and sharing ideas. That's kind of how I project my vision with fitness.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a trip too, because like the gyms, like other industries, could be kind of like cutthroat, you know, like the industry itself, right?
It's crazy.
So how was it for y'all, like when Oscar over here like reaches out to y'all, right, or like, yo, let's figure out a way to like work together? Like, was that kind of like, did that catch you by surprise, or like how was that for you guys in like building that partnership? You know,
I mean, if I remember correctly, and this was at the beginning of last year, at the beginning of 2023, right?
Yeah.
You came in, and I remember you came to one of my classes, and we talked right after. And this is where he actually started talking about DECA. At the time, we had just moved from Diego's backyard to, we finally got our own location.
A little upgrade there,
yeah,
huh?
a little bit, yeah.
Thank you, Diego's backyard, though.
For real. Humble beginnings, but we loved it. And we were just a few months in, so really our focus at the time, Diego and mine, we were just trying to grow, get more clientele in, and so on and so forth. So when Oscar came, I mean, initially, I didn't buy into it, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're
It's
talking,
good to know, though.
We're talking,
Yeah.
he's talking to me, and, you know, I'm listening, and I'm just like,
Oscar probably walked out like, haters gonna hate.
I'm like, I don't know. You know, I really did approach it with an open mind, you know, listening. But at the time, it's like, okay, like, you know, I don't think we're in a position to do some competitions like this.
Yeah.
Diego and I need to work on just, you know.
You guys were focused on your own stuff.
But I brought it up to him, if I remember correctly, and then I think he was more open to the idea.
Oh man, I'm always open to a good idea.
Yeah.
Big idea. So it all started with a message, man. Oscar just reached out to us on Instagram, and he was just like, hey, he was all professional about it and everything too. So he was just like, hey man, my name is Oscar. You know, I have a gym right down the street, Frag Out Fitness. He was like, hey, you mind if I take a class? And that's the way you approach people, man. So it was like I was like, hell yeah, come take a class with us. He took a class with Cesar. They talked it up after, and then Cesar was like, hey, he talked about DECA and through Spartan. And then my previous history is I've done a lot of Spartan races in the past, but I've never heard of DECA. And I was like, what is this? But whatever, we looked into it, and then the rest is history, man. We competed in one of his first events.
that was
a big mess. I wanted to throw up in the side.
Oh, God, it was the most humbling thing I've
ever.
ever.
Better DJ that one.
Yeah, I think I DJ'd
All of them,
Yeah,
So,
right.
but yeah, every time, man, like I'm just blown away by everybody. I really see everybody like almost die. Or it looks like they're about to die, but like, man,
somehow you survived, you know.
Accomplished that.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
You know?
I like that. You use the right word, man. A sense of accomplishment is what we look for, you know. And that's the biggest reason why we're in the space that we're in right now. Like, you know, in the mindset, because a sense of accomplishment is. And it's not even for anybody else. You do it for yourself.
Yeah.
People fall to the floor, and they're like, "Man, I did that though."
That's what we want. That's what we want.
So that's what it is. So we chopped it up after, and then ever since, man, we haven't looked back. You know, he comes take classes over here. You know, we use his private facility because you know it's a lot better than going to a big box gym.
Yeah.
And so it's I think it's a great partnership.
Yeah,
sure, 1,000%.
And like you said, sometimes maybe it's like at first, like obviously you want to be like, you know, like cautious, like, you know, you're cautious about like, how is this gonna work?
Yeah.
You know? Exactly. But at the same time, like you guys kind of found like a place where you guys can actually partner up together. You know,
I think like-minded areas, right? Because we all have different visions, of course, you know, and different goals and aspirations for our community and even individuals. But when they intertwine and they kind of go in the same direction, you can work together, right? And with two different paths, but still get the same outcome, which is promoting people and helping people.
Exactly. And that's why it was good to see you, Cesar, last weekend. I think it was over at the camp too, you know?
Yeah.
Because again, like, you know, I know Oscar's been like trying to figure out ways to also build with other gyms as well. And it's good to see other business owners from like these gyms are going to other gyms as well and participating in their events too.
Correct.
So again, it's like, you know, it's just neat to see a little bit of that, like you were saying, camaraderie that's coming together, but then also finding ways to where you guys could like plug each other in, you know, to different things like what we're gonna talk about next.
Yeah.
So tell us about what's brewing then for 2025 that has to do with like what I'm assuming now has been, you know,
Yeah.
kind of months of chopping it up, if not more, to be able to like bring about this vision forward that will be happening very soon. You know,
Yeah.
the
So
San Fernando
I'll
Games.
start. Yeah. No. Listen, man. It's super exciting. I'll start it off with, you know, I think I might have talked about it in the radio before. It's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time, and you know, the challenge is always trying to get a buy-in. You know, it's folks that want to join the initiative, right? And as a San Fernando Valley, as opposed to individual gyms within San Fernando Valley, and it's always been like, how can I get there? How can I get there? But the San Fernando Valley Games it's more than just a competition, right? It's the word competition tends to be like, you know, a word that deters people because, you know, you start thinking about, am I even fit, or if I, you know, am I even capable of doing this? But it's more of a challenge, right? And that's why we kind of went with the games. We threw some names around and we came with that. The games is more of us as a community, right? We would love to have, you know, gym representation from all across the San Fernando Valley, small businesses bring in their, you know, their pop-ups or whatever it could be, you know, make it a social event for the Valley, right? Yeah. And like take away the animosity, or not animosity, but take away the challenge of me versus you type of thing, and gym versus gym. Like let's take that layer off. And honestly, there's an initiative at San Fernando, and it's the health initiative that they have, and it's part of their strategic strategy in the San Fernando Valley. And I'm trying to tie that into what we want to do. Yeah. It's like we're going to support this initiative in the San Fernando Valley by doing this, right? And then right now it's just us, you know, and I'm hoping that between now and then, maybe we have somebody else, right? Or after the first event that we have more buy-in, and it's more of give back to the community, right? Like the goal is to give back, you know, and create these programs and things that we can help other folks, small charities, you know, anybody that wants to get into a realm of fitness community, right? That's kind of my vision and goal with the games, but it's going to be challenging for sure. I tell you that it's going to be challenging. You know, I'll let them go into more of the workouts and stuff like that, but it's going to definitely be mentally challenged, and there's going to be ways where folks can, you know, just get it done, right? Accomplish it. And there's going to be the competitive / nature of folks that are probably out there that, you know, have been working out for some time and have a certain fitness level. They will be challenged for sure, right? Because we're going to have prizes and things of that nature. But that's kind of
it also builds into like goals that they're looking to do and accomplish and like compete in these games, you know, in that sense too.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like the more mission.
Are you guys going to have finger push-up competitions? Because I'm in. I'm in. I've been working on those
stuff.
You're close, brother. You're close. Hand release push-ups.
Yeah, they're going to be on there.
I don't want to go too much into detail though with like the specific workouts that we'll be having, but I do know one thing, that every participant that comes in, regardless of time or regardless of whether you feel like you're a competitor in that sense, it's like once you finish it, you'll have this huge sense of fulfillment, you know what I mean? Because it's not just a combination of, it's not just like how fast, but it's a combination of both speed, endurance, and strength. You know what I mean? So you're attacking so many different categories into like your fitness level, you know what I mean? But again, at the end of the day, starting with it and then finishing it and then just having that sense of fulfillment, you know what I mean? That's
and
really
what are some previews to like maybe like, you know, because I know it's probably like you guys are still kind of like getting, you know, maybe some of the planning.
Go for it.
But Diego, tell us a little bit. What can we expect? Like, come on now.
We're working out the kinks and everything like that. But man, it is a mixture of strength and conditioning. Like, it's true strength and conditioning. You know, a lot of the times when you think about a competition, you're good at one or both. You know, you're really strong or you're really fast. You know, but you got to be a combination of both to do these games. And it's going to be a lot of training, but like, you know, like Cesar said, it's going to be fulfilling, you know. You're not alone. When it's not you versus you, we'll help you get there.
Yeah.
We'll guide you to get there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just want people to finish.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, there is a competitive side to it as well, which there should be to everything. But we also want people to just finish and have fun with it and just have a big smile when they cross the finish line. So the little previews with it. You know, we do love our cardio machines, so we got a skier, the rower, and a bike in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not telling you how much, but we definitely got those in there. You know, we got
It's
the strength
spicy, man.
components. Yeah, it's gonna be nice, man. Some lunges, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
Some running involved as well, so it'll be perfect.
Yeah. So like you said, and I like that those 3 different combinations there as well. You know.
Yeah.
And like, what is it about y'all in general with like fitness and running your gyms, that kind of like, you know, like keeps you going, you know, like that makes you want to get up and like, you know, open up your gym, or makes you want to get up and keep doing the stuff you do in that world of fitness, you know, and especially with your members?
I think it's our members, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they give us the energy to go there, because a lot of time, you know, I've been a trainer for about 7.5 years now, and I've worked at, like, you know, 3 different boot camps, and getting up at 4 a.m. is the worst thing to do. I'll tell you, the worst thing to do. It sucks, man.
Yeah.
But getting up at 4 a.m. for your members, now that is a completely different story, man. I'm happy to get up. I'm happy to go and kick their butts, man.
Yeah.
So it's a complete different story. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
What about?
that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, no, that's great. Cesar, what about yourself? Like, yeah, what keeps you going?
Same thing, you know. Honestly, this doesn't feel like a job. What I do for a living, honestly, it really doesn't feel like a job. It's like every day is a little bit different. Every week is different. You know what I mean? But it feels like a lot of like give or take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always found myself I've always enjoyed physical activity, but I really didn't feel like it was my calling up until about 4 years ago. Again, when the gym closed down and stuff like that. Ever since then, it's been like driven, like purpose and just fulfillment. You know what I mean? Giving back, helping people. You know what I mean? And just enjoying the ride. And also along just challenging myself. I challenge them. They challenge me. You know what I mean? We challenge each other, and it's just this huge sense of growth. You know?
Yeah, and I could only imagine that, because like, as far as like, did you picture yourself like where you are now, like when you guys were in Diego's backyard, for example?
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! Not me. I don't know about D. I knew we were gonna be better and bigger, but in terms of just like, like going in different routes and just seeing like our community also compete, like in competitions, and then the amount of huge transformations that we've had. I thought, you know, yeah, for sure progress. I just didn't know how fast.
Yeah, the scale of it, yeah.
So definitely there's more room to grow, and we're excited about that. But we're just looking back, and like we're proud. We're proud of what we've done so far.
No, that's great. And I've seen a little bit of that community, little preview of what you guys have built there. And then like for you, Oscar, I'm just like more curious about like what keeps you going, but in the aspects of this, like trying to bring other folks together and like connecting and bridging, because that's what I see in you too so much. You know,
100%. You know, it comes from my experience in the military, because in order to build a really strong organization, like you have to help support people, uplift them, train them, motivate them, you know, empower them, and then create community within the organizations, right? So how does that relate to me? It's like, well, I started with you know, Diego and Cesar. You know, we both aligned up with our visions, and that motivates me, right? Because it's also instilled into my members. Like my community is slightly different, but the reason why I do things is because I see them from day one. They sign in, and like day 90, and then 180, and their transformation is individual mental transformation is what I'm getting to, because you know I don't do classes, versus, you know, a little different, but I see their individual goals coming alive. You know, like their confidence are building. They're starting to do things for themselves. So, but to answer your question again, it's just mainly wanting to create a long, strong community within San Fernando Valley. That's my long vision strategy goal. It's like, let's just have a San Fernando Valley thing, you know? Other communities have it. We drive to San Diego. We drive to
for like different race
competitions, right? Or events or whatever. Like, why not create something that people can come to us? You know? Exactly. And they do. We've hosted competitions, and I have a great community of folks that we follow each other through the fitness, and I can tell you what, I've learned more about them through them on how to build relationships than like just this small network. You know, it's such a great community. It's mainly the camaraderie. Community is really where I think the goal is for me.
Yeah, exactly. And then what about y'all over here, DLC and Blizzard, as far as like, what do you guys think about like having the San Fernando Games 2025 over here? You know, come on now.
I mean, well, me, I'm excited because every time I do these events, it's really fun to like play really fast music and just see them, like everybody pumped.
I was like, bro, you're.
And it's cool because you know, I've gotten like a lot of compliments from them about, you know, if the music wasn't here, I don't know.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, it makes a difference, which is really cool. And yeah, I'm excited, man. This is definitely something that the San Fernando Valley city needs, you know. So yeah, I'm excited to see it happen, man.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think
DLC wanted to sign up already.
yeah, no.
First participant.
I mean, I've been hearing Oscar talk about it for about a year now, you know. And it was like initially like an idea that you just had, and it's nice to see the manifestation of it, right?
Yeah.
And so what really excites me about this is just, again, the opportunity for community to come together, but under like being healthier, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we do need options for our families, for our younger folks, and even like the older community to come in and like participate in physical activity and to use our bodies and move and you know, experience the endorphins together. And I think that I enjoy the gym. I enjoy going to the gym, you know, but for me, physical fitness and, you know, just it's been the best. I've had the best time with it when I do it with friends, when I do it with, you know, family. And so I think it's going to be an amazing opportunity. And I can't wait to see all the families that come out.
Nice.
And maybe like people create teams, you know.
No, absolutely.
So I that's what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see like what teams get together, and I can already, I'm already kind of like putting a little team in my mind.
All right.
We're definitely, I mean,
we might need to have a Voces Unidas and a Valley Views team. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's
Bring it, baby, bring it.
that's really the
Exciting,
idea.
right?
Like, get creative with it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we want to promote everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, I don't know. I'll get excited about it because we're slowly getting into it. We're getting into planning phases, and you know, and I'll say it again. Like, I'm hoping people that are listening or watching, that are gym owners, that are trainers, you know, in the industry, small businesses that want to get involved, like, definitely communicate through us.
Yeah.
All about small business. I've been talking to somebody yesterday, you know, natural juices, stuff like that. He wants to jump on board. So that's the idea. It's
Exactly.
like, come out and celebrate as together, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. And before we start to wrap up here, and it might be too early for this, and you know we'll have to have you back, you know, before the games itself. But where do you see like the signing up and all that happening, or is that, you know, things of that sort? I know this is just, you know, the preview of it, you know, but nevertheless, where are folks going to be able to tap in to sign up and things of that sort?
It's definitely coming up. We're thinking like in the beginning of next year, like around February. I think it'll be a good idea to start having people sign up.
Yes.
We're shooting for the games like around end of May, beginning of June.
Yeah.
So in like that area-ish where it's not super hot because, you know,
Yeah,
nobody wants
the valley
that.
gets warm.
Valley
It
gets
gets warm. So, but we're definitely shooting somewhere around there. So sign up should begin, you know, February, latest March.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have more information for you guys. We just did an Instagram post. You know, we all collaborated with, just teasing it. More information will definitely be coming out. This is going to be huge.
Yeah.
This is
Love
gonna be
it.
huge,
Yeah.
man. It's coming
Can't
out.
wait.
Yeah, we're currently also going to design our medals. All right, so we're giving everyone medals, every participant, but we're having a cash prizes.
Oh yeah.
Cash prizes.
Cash prizes.
Highlight that.
Cash prizes.
We're gonna have some
Cash
cash prizes.
Just know cash prizes, baby.
All right. Hey, cash is king. You know? Cash is king or queen nowadays.
Yeah.
Come on, now. Woo! You know. Well, that's beautiful. It's been great to have all three of you here to really explain a little bit more, and I get us excited for the San Fernando Games happening sometime in you know. I guess sometime summer 2025, you know.
Yeah.
And before we let all y'all three go, we're going to go ahead and start with Oscar on this one. Just what are some words of wisdom? And then we'll take it on down that you want to leave us with. Go ahead, Oscar.
I actually wrote something. I'll read through it
Let's go.
because
Now.
I was just inspired, and there's tons of listeners out there.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that
Prepared.
yeah, no, I'm hoping that we can continue to spark people, right? And change the vision of like what we want to do, right, as a whole community. So this is what I wrote. Fear is often the biggest barrier between you and your potential. Remember, every champion was once a beginner who decided to take the first step despite the doubt. The true victory isn't the outcome, but in the courage to try. You may not know exactly what to expect, but the growth, strength, and confidence you'll gain along the way will be worth more than the medal, any medal. Believe in yourself. Your greatest competition is the one you overcome within.
Woo!
Nice.
There
I
it
like
is.
that.
I love that. I love that. And wow, Diego, take it away.
I mean, back when we were talking about when you asked us if we pictured ourselves getting this big, the first thing I said was yes, absolutely. I had this vision about 5 years ago where I wanted to do something for myself. So my biggest piece of advice for anybody listening out there is just take the first step. Go out there, because this, like Oscar said, this first step is always the hardest. But there is nothing more accomplishing than believing in yourself and actually doing it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for a bunch of boot camps out there, and I was signing them up, getting a bunch of members for them. And then one day I thought, why can't I do this for myself? And that's where the idea came from. So if you are thinking about starting a business, thinking about going on a new journey, a new adventure, do it. Just do it, man. There was many times where I thought I was gonna fail, but if you have a great support system around you, like my girl, my family, then anything is possible. Anything is possible.
That's love. That's love right there. Cesar, you're going to finish it off for us today here. Where's the wisdom?
Where's the wisdom?
The one and only Cesar Rangel.
I think one of the things that you guys asked me about the other day was like my upbringing. I mentioned something about sports being something that kind of took care of me when in high school and middle school and stuff like that, and it kept me out of trouble. Same thing going into my like early 20s and so on and so forth. And one of the things I noticed was the more that I took care of myself, both physically, it also helped me mentally. You know what I mean? And all these things. And I constantly tell people, it's like once you move your body, movement is medicine. You know what I mean? So like once you start incorporating that into your life, so many aspects like around your life, whether it's like relationships, work, friends. And once you see your body, your physical activity improve, your mental health improve, you'll start to see other areas outside your life improve. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So really, just movement is medicine. It affects all corners.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you
all
guys.
love.
Appreciate you guys.
Man,
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your
Yeah.
time. And thank you guys for everything.
Appreciate
Yes,
you.
we
guys.
appreciate y'all, and I can't wait to see what the San Fernando Games bring us in
Absolutely.
2025. With that said, just want to thank once again everyone for tuning in. I want to thank all of our crew here, Blazurk, DLC. I want to thank our interns and everybody else at our crew that was here today, this morning with them. I want to also, of course, thank our sponsor, Superior Car Company as well, your cargo van and truck warehouse as well. And with that said, we'll catch you in the next one. And much love, y'all. Peace.
Peace, guys. Peace, peace, peace.